Hi guys, Kim here, welcome to Backyard Blooms. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to prune back catmint. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so of the Walkers Low catmint right here in the very front of this cottage garden. And it is starting to get to where it needs to be pruned back. If you prune perennials back after they're done flowering for the most part, then you can get a second flush out of them. So I'm going to prune these back hard and get another flush of blooms out of them for this fall, and I'm going to show you how. So that's all you do, and it seems like it's a little bit overwhelming, but just grab a handful like so, and then take your pruners. I have the Felco pruners, and then prune. I'm going to do maybe 2 or 3 inches from the root ball. And then just cut them back and kind of pull. So this is how much that I've gotten off this. And then I have a 5-gallon bucket right here behind me that I'm going to throw all the clippings in. So just take another handful and cut again. And then after you get a lot of the foliage off, you can kind of like prune it back into a ball if you'd like. I guess if you have some hedge pruners, you could use that as well, but I don't know, I feel like this works the best for me. I have a lot of things that are really close here in the garden. I have these coneflowers that are really close. Let me bring the camera a little closer so you can see where I've already pruned this right here, and that's where my root ball is. So I'm just going to continue doing the same thing, just grabbing a couple of handfuls and getting some of this foliage off. Like, perennials come back year after year, and annuals are just once a year. That's why they're called annuals, once a year. So you can't really hurt these if you prune them back. They're gonna still come back for you next year. And I love getting at least 2 blooms out of perennials each year. It makes it all worth it. Look how gorgeous these yellow coneflowers are in this garden right now. So can you see where I'm just taking a handful and just cutting it back? These Walker Lows have really gotten big on me in the last 3 years. Catmint is also called Nepeta. I do have bees all around me right now, and that's all that they really care about, is getting their pollen from these flowers. They're not going to bother me. You can go ahead and prune some weeds while you're at it. I also have some foliage here from my oh, spring bulb flowers, the, what do you call them? My Easter flowers. Still haven't really died back yet. Picking up some leaves as I go along. How pretty my Dicandra Falls is in my container right here. I don't have a lot of blooms on this current punch right now, so I think I'm going to spray them for budworms today. Can't see any worms on them, but they're not flying very well, so I'm going to go ahead and just treat them anyways. Now that I got almost all the foliage back off on this, then I'm just going to kind of round it up in a ball and just go ahead and prune it. I'm going back around the perimeter of the plant here and just get in a little bit closer and just kind of rounded it off into a little ball. Wearing gloves today because actually yesterday I rubbed a blister between my thumb right here where I prune. Crazy. I pruned some boxwoods yesterday that were on the side of the Skinny Garden house. And I try to do this just a little bit at a time because it is hard on my back. Even though I'm in my 50s, and I'm sure everybody can relate. Oh, look what I see. I see a snail. It's on my coneflower. You see that? Trying to get it turned over. Isn't it crazy that we have snails like that in our garden? Like I said, I did 2 yesterday, and I pruned several boxwoods as well. I think I pruned about 10 boxwoods and rubbed a blister on my thumb. So I actually got about 3 months of blooms out of this. I would say probably April, May, and June from one perennial. So I think that's pretty good for having a lot of blooms and really pretty purple flowers for 3 months. And like I said, and I think maybe in a month I'm going to have new growth on here and some new blooms. So for me, this is therapeutic. So just come out here and just take your time. There's no rush. And just kind of feel like you're making a little topiary. Listen to nature. Listen to the birds. Listen to the bees. get some sun, vitamin K. Make sure you clean up all your excess clippings. And this, my friends, is how you prune your Nepeta and any other perennials back to get your second flush. And I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.